All right, what's going on, Ghosts and Ghouls? It's Montavious back with the Empty Crypt, and today we are joined by a legend in his own right, my good buddy Andy. Man, what is going on with you, man? How the hell are you?
It's going good. How you doing, man?
Doing well, man. I'm happy now that got you on the show. I know it's been a chaotic few days, but for all the people out there who may know exactly who you are, go ahead and give us a brief description of yourself, man, and what you do.
Uh, basically, I've always wanted to be like an actor. That was something I've always wanted to do. I'm a big horror collector. I like to go to horror conventions. So just being, involved in the horror community itself is on a day-to-day basis is it's super exciting. So that's my main focus right now. Yeah.
Okay, so I know you do. I know because I know you. So I know you travel a lot to different conventions and stuff, and so now you're in a few movies. Now I know we're in the Dead Place together. So how was that? Because that was your first movie set, right? The Dead Place.
Correct. Yeah. It was like the best time I've ever had in my entire life. It was so much fun just getting to see like everything behind the scenes and getting to hang out with all you guys and actually having a decent part in it, and then just kind of catapulting to other roles and things like that. So yeah, it's definitely appreciated everything that I've had so far going on. But there's more to come, so we'll see what happens.
Heck yeah, man. And speaking of that, so not only are you involved in the Dead Place and had a badass scene from what I've heard, you also was just involved in a film called A Hard Place that just took place in Ohio, right?
Correct. Yeah, right outside of Dayton. Mhm.
So how was that? Like I've heard from Thomas, he said that you were absolutely killing it so much that that you got additional lines and additional screen time. So how was that, man? Well, walk us through that because I know it was grueling out there with the winter and the snow and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it was like the first day we were there. It was like I don't know, 6, 7, 8 degrees, something like that. So it was kind of everybody was just kind of pushing through it. Long days, 9, 10, 11, 12-hour days, but it's all completely worth it. I was on set for 10 days, the entire shoot. Just like the camaraderie and the fun that we had with everybody there, it's gonna be something I'm always gonna remember. But yeah, my I played a few different characters. My main character was Fraz, who was one of the sons of Felissa Rose's character Henrietta. So just being around her and Lynn Laurie, she's such a sweetheart. She was great to be around and talk to. Uh, Made a lot of good friends that I'm probably gonna know for the rest of my life. So it's a good time.
Dude, hell yeah. So how was it like? I mean, because I know with the Dead Place, you had lines. So when we first met up for the Dead Place, you were a ghost, right? And then you go back and to film your second scene, which you were actually can't give away too many details, but you may or may not be around for Dead Place 2, give or take.
There's
Give or
always a
take.
way around that.
So how was it being on screen though, and actually having to deliver lines like within the Dead Place and a hard place?
See, I don't like to me, I don't get like nervous at all. I think this is like fun for me. I know a lot of people like they take it like super seriously, like, oh, I can't mess up. I gotta make sure I'm so good and all this stuff. It's like to me, it's just hanging out with my friends. They just happen to have cameras on me at the time. So I'm just, doing what I'm having fun doing and having that scene. It's pretty brutal. I'll say that. It'll be fun to watch. I'll try to get around for part two somehow or another, maybe wear something else or something. But a hard place, I had so many lines and so many scenes. So it was like really the first time where I had to, consciously be aware of my surroundings and my actions and all of my lines memorized and things like that. But uh, it was such a fun time, and everybody there was so awesome. So I'm definitely appreciative to everybody for giving me an opportunity on both these movies, Michael Pickle and Jason Horton. So it's
For
just
sure,
fun.
yes. Shout out to those guys. Now, did you know going to a hard place shoot that you would have so many lines?
So I was originally cast as the character of Laabs, which is my last name. Uh,
Hmm.
there apparently had been somebody that had backed out of a role. So I was talking to Jason Horton and he asked me if I wanted to step in and do it. And I was like, absolutely. And then after reading the script, I'm just like, okay, I have a lot more to do than I thought I was going to do when I came here. So just with, the opportunity presented itself, and I certainly wasn't going to turn that down. So uh, being in the main family of the movie is something that was very cool and desirable for me. So I'm glad I got to experience that whole thing for 10 days instead of just being there for a couple days.
And that's crazy to just to think about it, man. And I'm so happy for you. Congratulations on that
Thank
too.
you.
It's like to see someone have a full circle moment, right? So like you're a horror fan to begin with, right? You do the
Right.
conventions, and now you're involved in these movies with some people that are actually doing that are touring horror conventions, and the
Mhm.
fact that you're able to go and act with these people on the spot too. So like, how was it trying to remember your lines, man? Like, I mean, what you had like a few hours notice, or like at least a day?
Yeah, I actually found out about it the day I got there, and we started filming the next day. So I was one of those things where you just, I mean, I printed out the entire script because I wanted to like read through the entire movie to just get a basis on all the characters and who I was
Mm,
going to be working with and things like that. But uh, we had a great setup where running one scene at a time, and the call sheets are super helpful for anybody that does acting, so you know exactly what you're doing the next day.
mm.
But it's just it's not work to me. It's having fun with your friends and just being recorded doing it. You mean you can act like yourself and act like somebody else, I guess. But yeah, to me, it's just going out there and having a blast and doing the best that you can. So
Man, that's awesome. And that actually, so you being a part of a hard place, that actually led you to be, you know, part of the cast of another movie that's coming out here soon, or you guys should be filming soon with Bad Apples, I want to say.
correct, yeah. Steve Morris, the director of Bad Apples. So I'm going to be playing a police officer in that. Lisa Wilcox has been announced. It's very exciting because I'm such a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan. So getting to work with her is going to be super fun. I have a few more coming out. I'm going to be doing Grind
Okay.
with Mark Cantu, the director. Yeah, we have a lot of stars in that one as well. Uh, Also going to be in Clown Motel 3. Joe Kelly, if anybody wants to go check out the campaign, it starts in April, sometime in the middle of April, I believe. But there's going to be a lot of stars in that as well. So, but yeah,
And
I'm just trying to. But
that's out in Vegas, right? The Clown Motel.
correct, yeah.
Dude, so how did you get in the realm with all these people, man? Just meeting them on set, or just on
Yeah,
Facebook?
yeah, meeting them on set, Facebook, networking. I mean, it's not an easy industry to break into when you don't have like 10 years of acting school or
Mm.
high connections up in the production world or things like that. So you have to do what you have to do and talk to the right people and just kind of make yourself known. I mean, once you get in with the right people, they want you around, and I feel like I'm a fun guy to have around. So that's kind of what I just go with.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
definitely testify to that, man. I think you're probably one of the most funniest people I've ever met. Like, and you
I
don't even.
appreciate it.
And the thing is, you don't even try to be funny, and me and my wife was actually just talking about you. It's like you don't even try to be funny. You're just naturally funny. You're just a natural guy, like cool guy to be around. So I can definitely testify to that. So I mean, so what's next for you? We got the movies, and you got some conventions coming up. What conventions are you hitting up?
Yeah, so I do have a Days of the Dead in Chicago. It's the weekend of March 21st, so looking forward to going to that. That's the one I usually go to every year. So, uh, also going to Spookala in Florida because I'm a huge Scream fan, and they're definitely getting the names for that. And then Steel City Con, which I may or may not be going with you. Uh, that sounds
But
like
hold on,
fun.
pause. You're going to Spookala? You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, well, I just decided on it not too long ago, but they kept adding like Mikey Madison and
Yeah.
they just added Rory Culkin, so more of the Scream Ghostface people. So they kind of I wasn't really planning on going, but now that I can load up on Scream stuff, since that's my favorite horror franchise, that and Elm Street, because I'm a huge Wes Craven guy, and so
Hmm.
I figured I might as well just go down there for a day or two and get the people that I need and come home. So
Oh man, did you secure your tickets for that yet?
I haven't, but I see the VIP still on there though, if you
Yeah,
need it.
man. I would. I'm surprised it hasn't sold out already. I mean, it's kind of expensive. I mean,
Like two,
275.
yeah, I think it was like 250 or 275 or something like
Yeah, I think with tax I ended up paying like 290 or whatever. But like, because I
that.
figured because they were bringing out mostly everybody from Scream and some of the the original killers, it's like you have to go. Like that thing was gonna be packed, dude. And then Still City, um, you're going to that, right? But are we lodging together for that one or no? Or we can talk about that
Yeah, yeah,
off
we
here.
already set it up. I thought. Yeah, I think we got it
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah,
covered.
no, we did. But you said that you may or may not be going.
Well, I'm gonna go. Let's just mark it up. Yeah.
Okay,
There's some people there that I want to meet really bad. So
for sure, man. So you got Days of the, so I'll actually see you three times right now because I'll see you at Days of the Dead Chicago. I'll be there on that Sunday. Well,
I'll see.
are you only going one day or the full weekend?
Yeah, I'll be there for the full weekend.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
didn't know you're going to that.
Yeah, man. So I
Oh,
just found out because my buddy lives in Indy. Where's he? Yeah, Indy. And do you know Brandon Benfield?
I know him just from you, from like
Yeah.
online and stuff. I've never met him though. I don't think.
Oh, okay. So like I don't know. Were you ever into Power Rangers?
I was into like breaking the heads off my sister's Power Rangers when I was a kid. That's about
Well,
it.
basically, he has like he's an agent. He has like most of the Power Rangers. So I met him through Chris Majors. But
Uh-huh.
I'm going to his house. We're going to Days of the Dead Chicago. Um, Horror Hound and the Indiana Comic Con. So there's three cons that weekend. We're going to spend 2 days, no, one day at each.
Damn, man, getting around.
Yeah, man. So, and it's just a quick little drive. I think it's like 4 hours to Chicago or like 3 hours to Chicago and all the good stuff, and like maybe 2 hours to Indy, but or 2 hours to Ohio. So it should be
Yeah,
fun. No, but
cool.
man, I'm excited to see you, man. I'm excited to see where this takes you. I'm just saying, if you get nominated for like an award, whatever, I just want to shout out in the back, be like, yo, my boy Monty,
I don't know what
whatever.
I don't know what awards I'm going to be nominated for. Worst performance in a horror movie. I don't know.
Nah, man. So, I mean, so where do you see yourself within the indie horror community, 5 years from now? Like, are
I
you
just want
gonna?
to, yeah, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I'm making some good connections and some great friends, and it's all about just building up your what you're doing. I mean, if you want to keep pushing forward and keep leveling up, it's not easy work. It's you gotta network with people. You gotta take the chances that you can. You gotta get involved with different projects, even if you maybe you don't know anybody. But yeah, I just feel like the more that I do, the better it's going to be for me in the long run. So I'm just going to keep plugging away at these things. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. And like I said, it's crazy, and it's just to kind of see it unfold for you. Like it's really like, because we all signed up for the Dead Place, not really knowing how it's gonna be or anything like that. And it's like a year later, exactly. I think we were just about this month. Actually, we were just gearing up to go film the Dead Place. So it's a year to the date.
Right.
You know, we didn't know what to expect, and now you're already in like 5 movies, man. Like that's crazy, and you're actually being you know a part of this project. Like you're actually a part of the project. You're just not another person that just signed up for it. You're actually
Right.
a key contributing member. So man, that is awesome. So what kind of got you into horror and indie horror at that?
Well, I've even since I got a good story for you. I think I might have been like 9 or 10 years old, and my parents were going out for like dinner and drinks and stuff. So they dropped me off at my grandma's house, and she didn't have like, I mean, this was like 1990-ish, maybe somewhere around there. So she didn't have like, video games and, you know, all these other things, but she took me to the video store, and for some odd reason, I picked out Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. And I remember her saying, like, "Are you sure you can watch this stuff?" And I'm like, "I don't know, yeah." So we started watching it, and it got to the scene where Robbie Easton's character Joey was in the waterbed with the naked girl underneath. And
Yeah,
I'm like, and she's like, "Cover your eyes. Don't be telling your mom you're watching this stuff." And I'm just like, "Oh my God." Like, and I'm just a little kid, And after that, I was just kind of hooked on horror movies. Like I'd stay up, 10, 11, 12 years old, and Tales from the Crypt would come on at like midnight. So I'd be like trying to sneak my TV on to watch stuff like that. And uh, after a while, I started collecting, figures and things. And then I started going to like horror conventions, I would say like maybe 2011 or 12.
mhm.
And I started off with one, and I'm like, oh, I get a couple autographs, blah, blah. But then, you're hooked and you want to just meet everybody. So then by the time you know it, you got a house full of stuff, and you met the same people 63 times and spent $30,000, and here we are. So
That's true. I can testify to that, man. Gosh, I think my first convention was back in 2012, right when The Walking Dead was big.
Yeah.
I met Michael Rooker. That was the only person I met. I went years without a horror convention until I was like until David and Damien, and then that's when I just got hooked. And then I met you, and then here we are, thousands and thousands of dollars later. My wife still hates me, but
Yeah, when we met up in Vegas for Days of the Dead, that was the first time I ever met you when we got that
yeah,
suite. And now we've done like 20 shows since then.
yes, 20. Yes, dude. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy journey. I just can't wait, man. But what does horror mean to you in general? Because I know everybody means a little something. It means something different. But what does it mean to you?
Like honestly, it's like my life when it comes to like entertainment. Because if I'm at home or I'm throwing out a horror movie if I'm not doing anything, or if I, in the theaters, really all I watch is horror movies, and I only go to horror cons, and I hang out with a lot of people that love horror. So it's one of those genres where you know everybody can be involved, and there's plenty of things you can watch, and it's not all sappy Hallmark stuff, and which hey, don't get me wrong, I'll watch that once in a while if I need to, but yeah, I mean you can collect it's funny, all of like the horror villains, most of the main bad guys are the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. But you don't know that as a kid until you get to be an adult and meet them. So, but once you
Yeah,
see them, you want to see them again. So it's just one of those things where it just never ends. You want to collect, you want to go meet people, you want to be in them, you want to be around them. Now, being at a horror convention for a weekend is like the funnest time you'll have in your life. So, yeah.
I definitely think so. Like I know kind of how we were back in Vegas. As soon as you get your autographs, you kind of do a tour of the. You kind
Yeah.
of get like, and I'm by like that late Saturday, you're like, man, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah, it's
It could
tiring.
be fun. It could be
Yeah.
fun, but it's kind of overwhelming on the body too, because you're just like, man, I'm ready to go home now. But like, so how do you keep up your love for it, going to all these shows?
I just try to find different things to get signed, and I try to get different people. I don't know. I seem to have like this revolving cycle of collections. Like I went from like sports to wrestling to horror posters to oh I better get pop Funkos now, and then figures, and then weapons, and now memorabilia. Now it's like now I'm collecting memorabilia from my movie sets because to me it's more valuable to me because you get to have your
Hmm.
own stuff and people that you worked with and things like that. So I got a nice little collection of that stuff going. But yeah, I always just try to stay fresh with the people that I meet. I mean, you can meet the same person 20 times, but you're not going to keep wanting to get his autograph or talk to him if you don't have something new. So it's just a revolving door for me. My walls are always changing, so I'm always getting new stuff.
No,
Keeps
that's
it
true.
fun.
So
Yeah.
is your focus going to switch a little bit from horror conventions to just now doing film since you are getting bigger into the
I
whole scene?
probably. I mean, I'll still collect stuff. There's certain things that like Scream is my favorite franchise, so
Mhm.
I'm always going to want masks or posters and things like that. So, but as far as just going to a convention, just like oh, there's 30 people there, I got to meet everybody. That's probably not going to be the case anymore. I'm having a lot more fun going out of town and actually acting and stuff. So, just collecting stuff from those movies is it's a lot more fun for me than spending thousands of dollars every weekend to meet guys I've met 37 times. So, yeah.
No, that's facts, man. So like speaking of your collection from acting and stuff, what's been some of the coolest stuff that you've got from a set?
Definitely from the Dead Place, the red hoodie from David Howard Thornton that he wore.
Hmm.
Uh, and I have the rubber latex like mask, like the outline from David from the actual movie itself that they used in the movie.
Hmm.
So it's just things like that. I had some special shoes made that you saw
Yep.
from it. So just yeah, things like that that people wore or they used during the movie that I can get my hands on. Yeah, it's all going on the wall, so I got a pretty cool setup going on here.
So if someone came in and was like, hey, you know what? I want to buy that for me right now, $10,000. Would you sell it?
No,
No, it's priceless
no,
to you.
yeah, anything that I've worn myself or any of my colleagues have worn in movies will never leave my house. So
For sure. I respect that. I definitely respect that, man, because it's like you're part of something and you forever have that
Right.
attached to it, man. So it's a beautiful thing. But speaking of the dead place, are you going to the rap party April 20th?
So that's a good question. You're putting me on the spot here because we
Yep,
just talked
yep.
about it. I mean, if I go, we could stay at the DoubleTree that's down the street from the Pickle residence. Uh, I stayed at the Casablanca something or another hotel last time. Uh, I wouldn't say it's anything good, but it was cheap, and I was able to walk 3 blocks to get over to Michael's to film. But yeah, if I go, we could probably look into that. Maybe that's pretty close to their house. So.
Yeah, definitely let me know. Because I was thinking about picking up a role for a hard place out in LA. Just because I couldn't make it for, the Ohio filming because I had a bunch of stuff going on in life, and I don't think I told you. I just finished the rough draft of my horror short. It's called Mirror Mirror.
Okay.
So I'm working closely with another writer and different. I'm talking to different producers about that and got in touch with actors and all this stuff. So I've been busy behind the scenes trying to fulfill that, but I should be out there on the 20th. I know I told Michael I would be there, but I kind of want to get a part in a hard place just because you guys look like you had so much fun and
It was. It was a good time. Yeah.
it felt like a family oriented time. So I want to be a piece of that, man. So I hope you can join me out there or we can meet up at least. But we're going to see each other 20,000 times this year anyway. So
Yeah, and that's like the 22nd or 23rd, right? So it's right around that same time.
yeah, I think yeah, filming is the 22nd and the 23rd. So it all just makes sense. Just kind of be there for like 3, 4 days or whatever. So
Yeah, you can
definitely.
knock both of those things out. Yeah. I mean, I could probably stay there for an extra day and just go hang out on set or whatever and see everybody again. That I'm not sure
Yeah.
who's all going to be there, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the everybody, Jeremy, Doug Cricket, maybe. I know probably Carrie's going to be there for her role and all that good stuff. So we shall see.
Cool. Yeah. Let's talk about it off screen and we'll figure something out then.
Yeah, 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 for sure. But so like, what else do you got for us? Like, what else exciting do you got going on that the fans of horror can know about?
I'm just waiting for like the next opportunity. Like I pretty much spend, when I'm not like, doing my side jobs, I just kind of spend most of the day networking,
Mhm.
applying for things, doing auditions, things like that. If you sit on the couch and you don't plan and you don't try to actually get things done, it's not going to be handed to you. So it's a lot of work to put into to get these gigs. But my main focus is just, right now is just horror conventions and acting. That's pretty much what my whole 2024 is going to be, is just having fun with it. And then, we'll see where it takes me next year. But I'm having a great time hanging out with all you guys and all the people I'm meeting on set that are, lifelong friends now, building up the collection. But I mean,
Dude, that's awesome, bro. I like I
yeah,
said, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy to see everybody like really take after what they love, man. And to see you
appreciate it.
shine, bro, is it's been amazing just to kind of sit and watch because again, we were complete strangers a year ago,
All
and
right.
now I consider you a good friend, a lifelong friend at that. And so just to kind of see everything unfold, man, I'm happy, and I hope nothing but great things for you. But just kind of in closing, where so if people want to get in touch with Andy, where can we go to find you?
Most people just hit me up on Messenger. I get,
Just on good old Facebook.
I just get Messenger blown up all day long, man. So yeah, anybody that wants to get in touch or chat or talk about movies, I'm always around. So yeah.
All right. Well, yes, sir. Well, all right, man. Anything you want to say in closing to all those crazy fans out there, man, of horror?
No, I just want to, thank everybody for the support, especially like, Michael Pickle and Jason Horton, giving me opportunities, and just everybody that I've met so far, has become, such great friends and family. And to, the people that are still trying to break into, whether it be indie or anything else, you just got to keep plugging away. Like it's not one of those things where it's going to be like an overnight thing. Uh, you got to make yourself known. You got to put your name out there. You got to get in the community and get cracking at it. So I wish, everybody that I'm associated with, the best of luck in everything they do. And I hope they all get the roles that they want and they keep pursuing their dreams. Because I mean, we only get one life, and if you don't take advantage of it, it's just going to pass you by, and you're not going to be able to do the things that you wanted to do. So just keep plugging away, and I hope everybody gets what they want.
Dude, that is some great advice. And I got to say this: the indie community and indie horror is a very tight knit group,
It is,
and
yeah,
so sometimes it's hard for like upcoming actresses and actors to to break into that. But you've done a very great job of just being yourself, right? And then
appreciate it.
getting these shots, and you're fucking killing it. And then now people want you involved because they're like, damn, this guy's actually pretty good. So you're breaking down walls that a lot of people are still struggling to do, man. And that's just some great advice that you threw out. Just keep plugging away at it, and
Mhm.
keep making connections, man. So salute to you, sir.
Yeah,
And
man.
stick around because we're definitely gonna chat after this, just for a brief moment. All right.
All right.
All right. Well, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.